Hi guys! This month, instead of telling you what I got in my Glossybox, I actually have another box to compare it with. Lots and lots of you have requested information about other beauty boxes like Feel Unique, Carmine. Carmine is probably the number one that I get asked about. So this month, when they asked me if I'd like to review a box, I kept that in mind when I accepted, because I thought it would be useful to those of you that actually want me to compare the two or tell you whether or not Carmine is worth the money, because I get so many questions and up until now I've had no experience of Carmine whatsoever. So I'm going to show you what's in each box and then I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what I think of each of them. So first of all, I can't not mention the colour of this month's Glossybox. It is hot pink, it is amazing. I way prefer this to the December one. The December one was an actual glossy box and it was red, and I didn't really like the glossy finish. I much prefer this kind of satin, just looks nicer. And it's hot pink, it's amazing. Even the inside is hot pink. Totally love that. Now, when I first opened my Glossybox, I was disappointed. I've since changed my mind on closer inspection of the actual products that I've got, but I will mention that this is why I was disappointed. It was way overhyped, and not overhyped necessarily, but it was really hyped by Glossybox and their ambassadors. So everyone that gets their box for free and they're like, oh my god, this is so amazing. Now, maybe if Glossybox sent us all a big bunch of roses with our Glossybox, we would think everything was amazing as well. I'm not saying that it's not amazing, it's just that it's very difficult to know what is actually going to be good, because obviously they're going to say everything's good, aren't they? And I've never seen like a really objective review from someone that is an ambassador. So they all really hyped it and they said, you know, we're going to wait, you've got to wait for the box, it's just too amazing. It's an extra special one, that's why it's only coming out at the very end of January. Next month it'll go back to normal. So I'm thinking extra special, it's taking a couple of weeks extra, or a week extra at least, from the ship it out, what is going to be in this box. You're expecting like fantastic products, and when you open the box, if it doesn't automatically leave you like, wow, this is incredible, then it's a little bit of a disappointment. Now, I actually really do like what's in the box. So, you know, this is not going to be a totally negative review of Glossybox this month. I do really like it. But I think if they just shut up and let us receive the boxes, then what we all said afterwards would perhaps bring in the new custom, rather than waiting until we've all signed up for it and then kind of ruining it for us. That's just my opinion. I've pretty much loved my Glossybox subscription since I had it. They've been down months, they've been up months, you know, there's always hits and misses. But that's my one bugbear with the whole service, is that we can't just receive the box. There has to be this huge hype around it. But regardless, this is the only kind of service up until now I've had, so I don't know, maybe all the beauty boxes do that, but it kind of niggles me a little bit. So this is what I received. The first thing that caught my eye was this, because it's huge, the Ico Skinny Eyeliner. Now, I'll show you. I already started filming this video once, which is why I've got this on here. And my camera cut out. Yay! I also just filmed my January favourites and it was uber fuzzy, so I'm hoping I can do something with it to make it good enough to go up, because I really don't have to film it again. So yeah, the Skinny Eyeliner. I wasn't too excited about this because I have about 1,000 black eyeliners. It's going to be relegated to my eyeliner drawer, and yeah, it'll probably get used, but it's nothing very special. It says it's a skinny eyeliner. I don't think it's very soft. It's not very smudgeable. If you look on here, I've kind of drawn a line and then tried to smudge it and tried to smudge it and tried to smudge it, and it does smudge, but not like a kohl. So that's the only thing I can think, is that when you sharpen it, it stays sharper for longer, so that's why you can get a more precise skinny line. But perhaps it's going to be more long wearing because of that, I don't know. I will try it and I will let you know, but I wasn't very excited about it because it is just a black eyeliner. It didn't seem very revolutionary, and it's definitely not something that I would have bought, but maybe that's what the whole thing is about. The next thing that I got was this Mirage Primer. Now, I used this morning. It's supposed to be a dewy finish, and I actually really liked it. I can't tell you if it makes anything last longer or anything, and I did only use it underneath my BB cream, which already gives me a nice finish, so I just wanted to kind of have used it so I could tell you what I thought of it. But I don't really have any thoughts on it. The only strange thing is, it's not what you'd expect when it comes out of the tube. I expected it to be white or colourless, and it's kind of tan, if you see. It's very strange. So it goes on almost like, I mean, it's not got enough tint to leave like a tinted moisturiser or anything, but this on its own, if you did just want a teensy bit of colour, you might even be able to get away with it. I mean, it feels quite nice, you know, once it's on, it's nice to apply, smells nice, it's just a nice product, but it was very strange that it had a colour to it, and I don't know whether or not it actually did anything special to my foundation, because I didn't really use a foundation anymore. But maybe that for those of you that do, that'll be fantastic, I don't know. But again, I am kind of pleased I got that, because that's the kind of thing that I do really need to start using more primers, and I'd like to try more primers without having to spend a fortune on them. So that's the kind of thing that I actually do want to try. And although it's not something I would have picked up, and I'm not uber excited about the Mirage brand, that is more of a sample that is more useful to me. Next is this Gentle Body Wash by Fab. I was totally bored by this when I opened it. I was like, yeah, okay, great. I've heard of the brand before. I have actually got a couple of things by them, but not like body wash. It's safe for sensitive skin, used to cleanse, calm redness and relieve dry skin. And it doesn't smell of anything, which it's not supposed to, fragrance free, but it's nothing special. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my box of stuff to take to Vegas with me, because it might be good for if I've got sunburn, is all I'm thinking, but it's definitely not something that I'm going to, excuse me again. Okay, it's definitely not something that I'm going to try and then go out and buy a full-sized tube of at all. So although it's okay, it's definitely not something that I'm excited about. The last two products that I got are these, which are from Davines. Never heard of it. This is the Authentic Cleansing Nectar for hair and body, and this is the Authentic Moisturising Balm. Both of these products can be used on your skin and on your hair, which excited me a little bit. Because I opened them and thought, okay, again, not heard of these brands. And I like to have heard of the brands when I open the box. I'm kind of like that. And I've not heard of these brands at all. So I thought, okay, fair enough. These are probably alright. But then when I actually looked into what they do, and then I read some reviews online, I'm really pleased that I got these. Some people received in their Glossybox as Clarins Day and Night Creams, which when I first read what you can get, and there was also an Orly nail polish sample, I thought, oh, those are the things that I'd have rather had. But these are actually really cool. Given that I'm on kind of project hair right now and trying to make my hair as nice as it can possibly be, these are fantastic. So it's kind of got an oily texture to it, but you can use it as a shampoo, which I did yesterday, and I really liked it. It's an oil shampoo. It didn't feel oily when I was using it in my hair, and I didn't need very much of it, and it foamed up still because I thought it was going to be just like oil, but it wasn't at all. It is kind of oily in texture. You can see that it's got kind of bubbles of oil. But it wasn't how I thought it was going to be. So I really liked this. And this I use as a conditioner, but you can also use it as a moisturiser on your skin, and you can use it like you do Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish, and it takes off your makeup and things like that, and you can use it with your Clarisonic. So I'm going to try that, but I think, because I've only got this amount of it, I mean it's a really generous sample, it's 75ml, and this one is, what is this one? 90ml. So these are probably, rather than samples, these are probably like small sizes that you can actually purchase. But I'm probably going to save this for like an intensive conditioner, because I used it on the ends of my hair and I really liked it. Didn't want to put it on the roots like I normally would with my normal conditioner, because I wasn't sure how oily it was going to be. But I think again, this might be something that I take away with me, because my hair's going to be ravaged by the sun in Las Vegas. So these are definitely going to get some use there. So I was really pleased with what I got in my Glossybox this month. Although when I opened the box, it wasn't like, wow, this is amazing. I actually really did like the products. Another little cute touch was that they put in a little Glossybox suite, a little like stick of rock suite. But yeah, January Glossybox for me was a hit, but I do think that they need to avoid the huge hype surrounding them, because I've already subscribed, I've already signed up. I really don't need the look at this, look at this, look at this. And I know that, you know, you can avoid it. It's just that because they've now paid bloggers, or not paid them, I don't know what they do, or sent them for free all the time, then they all come up in my blog subscription all at once, because they happen to be bloggers that I actually read the blogs of. So it comes up in my blog roll to read, and I get tons of them all at once, and I'm like, I do want to know about it, but I'd rather just wait and see what I've got. But that's just me being grumpy probably. And I know that, you know, whenever else I've said anything bad about Glossybox, no one's liked it, so I'm awaiting the comments about that. But it's just what I feel. I feel that it should be a surprise. That's kind of, it's like a lucky bag for adults. It's kind of what the whole point was when it first came out. A box of surprise beauty samples. So I kind of want it to be a surprise. Can we just leave it there? No? Anyway, Carmine. As I said, this is the first Carmine box that I've tried. This is the packaging, completely different to Glossybox, completely different to any of the other boxes. Really, really like this. They've gone a completely different way because lots of the boxes look the same. And I think perhaps that's why Glossybox have been alternating the colours recently. They've now done the men's one that's grey, they did the red one at Christmas, they've done the pink one for Valentine's. They're perhaps trying to be different. Whereas Carmine have just kind of totally bucked the trend and done something different from day one. So I really like that. They also use less packaging, which for those of you that are more environmentally conscious, you might like that. They use a lot less of this kind of paper fizz stuff, which is particularly good because the Glossybox stuff's all over my carpet right now. There are lots of these kinds of things that give you like vouchers and what have you. Do you know what? I've lost the one from my Glossybox. I don't know where that's gone because I normally tell you what the deal codes and things are, don't I? But I've lost it. I don't even know where it is. But this is all the stuff that came with the Carmine box. All very, very similar. And I will show you what I got in the box. Now again, an Ico pencil. It surprises me because I kind of feel like they're all one company. Why certain companies show up in all the different boxes, like Mirage and like that, I never can remember what it's called. The Dead Skin Spa or something is it called? That one shows up in quite a few different boxes. So I don't know if they're just people that want to get involved or if they're all secretly interlinked. I don't know. But Ico appeared in this one as well. I actually way prefer this product than the one that I got in the Glossybox. I thought when I saw this, oh, it's just going to be a big version of the other one. It's just going to be like a fat eyeliner, but it's not at all. It's called the Fat Eye Stick, colour and gloss, and the shade is charcoal. So it's not black, first and foremost. And it really reminds me of the Urban Decay lip things that they do now. And the eye things that they do now. But it's like rattly, so it's going to go all the way down to there and you twist it up there, see? And you can twist it back down again, most importantly. Works kind of like a lipstick. And this is what it looks like. It's very much like an NYX jumbo pencil. Love it. Really, really like it. And I like that I got it in the shade that I got it in, charcoal, because I think black would have been too harsh. And I might actually use this as like a quick eyeshadow stick or to smudge it out a little bit if I wanted that kind of look. I wouldn't use it as an eyeliner, but it does give kind of a glossy, smoky look. It's really good for that kind of grunge appearance. But I actually really like this. Way prefer it to the one in the Glossybox, and it just looks really cool. This is totally different packaging. This would make me think that Ico was a brand that I actually wanted to buy from, whereas the other one, the packaging just didn't really, although this is the same, this packaging of the actual pencil just didn't appeal to me at all. This is completely different, so I really like that first and foremost. Again, when I opened the box I was like, yeah, okay, there was nothing that stood out at me as, wow, I really wanted to try that. So again, I kind of had to work to like it, if you will. This I got, which is this, and it's a little sample. Balance Me Radiance Face Oil. Stuff like this I really like because I like skincare and I like hair care, and they're probably the most exciting things, maybe nail polishers. They're probably the most exciting things for me. And stuff like this that I probably would never ever buy. There. And it's tiny, so again, with these little samples, I've been really enjoying picking out the ones that I think would be great to take on holiday. And this, a face oil from when you've got sunburn or for when you've got a little bit sensitive skin because you've been out in the sun. Fantastic. So I'm quite excited to try that one. It says, enhances skin natural luster, roll over face and neck, morning and night, either before your moisturiser, as an additional layer of protection or alone to give your skin back radiance it deserves. So I'm actually not going to use this. I might try it once to make sure I don't break out or something, but I'm not going to use this like a lot until I go away. I'm going to put that in my bag as well. Next I have this by Korres. I've really, really always wanted to try something by Korres. I would love to try one of their lip butters. They are amazing from what I've seen. Really, really cute looking. So I really want to try one of those. And this is What is this? Wild Rose 24 Hour Moisturizer with SPF 6. I don't know why I'm doing that because it's got a thing on it. Wow, even before I've taken off the little cap, it smells so much like roses. It's not like my favourite scent, but it's very, very strong. So for those of you that do like that, you'll really like the smell of that. And it's uber, uber thick. It doesn't actually say. Let's see if it says in the little leaflet that I got. Face cream. I was going to say, it didn't actually say on the tube where it's for, just as moisturiser. But it could have been like a body lotion. Yeah, I'm not keen on the smell of that at all. It smells like my grandma. But I really like the consistency and the texture, and it feels really, really nice. So that's something, again, I love these little tiny samples for holidays. And that feels like something that would be really nice and nourishing if you had sensitive skin. Or skin that felt like it needed a treat. And the last two things that I got were some eyelashes. I'm really building up a collection of eyelashes from all these beauty boxes. And these are from Eldora. I've never heard of them. I do like that they come, it wouldn't be any good for me at all because I've got really like, I always have to trim down the eyelashes. But I do like that they come with extra length, if you can see. I bet you can't see at all because this camera's terrible for focusing. But they come with extra length either side. So if you have got particularly long eyelids, then anyone would basically be able to use them. You just need to snip them down to your size. So, okay, so ultimately, the Carmine box and the Glossybox, which one do I prefer? It's really, really tricky. Given that I've only had one Carmine box, although I liked the stuff that I had this month, I also really liked what I had in the Glossybox this month. I think from what I've seen, the Carmine box has had products that I would prefer. I think the Glossybox has had a lot of products that even if I'd loved them, I wouldn't be able to afford to repurchase. And for me, that's not useful. I mean, that's not their fault, you know, that's not at all anything to do with the service, it's still a great service. But for me, I would much prefer find a product that I could actually legitimately work into my everyday routine and in an affordable way. So if they give me something, like for example, if I tried Liz-Earl for the first time, it doesn't cost the earth, and if I'd absolutely loved it, then fine, I could afford to repurchase it. But if they give me something that's like a perfume, for example, that's like £80 for 30ml, I'm just not going to go and buy it. I don't care how much I love it, I'm not going to go and buy it. So I feel, from what I've seen of the Carmine versus the Glossybox, the Carmine does offer more affordable products in their boxes. However, some people won't want that. If you're buying it because you want to try some really luxurious samples of stuff that you'd never ever be able to buy yourself, then absolutely fine, go for the Glossybox. But I think that Carmine ultimately is going to be better for those of us that are actually looking for samples of stuff to actually buy. But that's just my opinion. That's just from what I've seen elsewhere, because I have only had one box from Carmine. And probably of the two boxes this month, I do actually prefer the Glossybox. The only thing that I really like from Carmine this month is the Ico Fat Eye Stick. I way prefer that from the other one. But if the Glossybox had had this, it might have been nearly perfect. It swings and roundabouts a little bit, but you can't complain really when you're asking to receive random samples, because you are, and it's not an expensive service, either of them. I believe the Carmine one right now you can get for £5 as a one-off to try it out for yourself, so I will link that below as well. And I will link my both reviews with lots more information about each in both of the posts below. But if you've done your own post like this, or your own what's in my Glossybox, what's in my Carmine box, please link me your video response. Sorry it was so long, and if you prefer me to do things separately from next month onwards, then let me know. I am considering signing up to one extra box, and in addition to my Glossybox that I already have, because I think it is good to be able to compare, and perhaps Glossybox isn't going to be for me ultimately. I have really enjoyed my subscription, but I think there's something better out there for me, better suited to me. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe, check out my other videos, and as I said, check all my links out below.